Ayo yo 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 la kanilize bo.
Ayo yo 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 la kanilize.
Oh ayo yo 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 la kanilize. Ayo yo yo yo
la kanilize.
Oh ayo yo 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 la kanilize. Ayo yo 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 la kanilize. Oh ayo yo 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 la kanilize. Nebt-Het, Anum Kubuloi, Antu, Angwedi, Anum Tudun, Anumza, Aloli, Azinzis, Avusamazulu, Credo Mut, Aimotep, Chokozini. Polisi nje the technicality esibe nayo. Ifoni yasinikeza nje inkinga. But siyabonga if it's resolved. Sibonge nje namhlanje ukuthi sikhonile ukunyathela ngaphakathi kwamagululo. Sinesabelo salokho inkulumo yanamhlanje. Namhlanje sikhuluma about the defense of the nation. Ngesikhathi sika Nebt-Het umvikelikazi. We are here to appeal to imimoya, you know, those warriors, amakhosi namakhosikazi, hayi imidlwembe. We are here to appeal. Ngoba bakhona bahamba vele bayimidlwembe, so sicela nje bangasondeli because they are here to disturb us. Sisempini, therefore that's why we are invoking those spirits. Le mimoya yamaqhawe namaqhawekazi. Ukuthi akube yiwo abahamba phambili. Basihole basibonisa indlela okumele sihambe ngoba impi we can avoid. Our land has to come back. And it won't just come back easily. Kumele kuliwe. Kepha asithumele namasotsha omoya qala. Sizwe bona ukuthi in the physical when are we supposed to wage lempi yokumele siwage. So namhlanje ke we are not here to celebrate the foolishness in New Year, a fictitious New Year. Bonke, all those that still believe ukuthi kusasa it will be a new year. It means ukuthi ba demonstrate a level of colonization in their heads. Because wherever you see in nature, it reflects immaturity. This is the time of maturity. Yonke into etshalwe ngoSeptember seyikhulile manje. So you cannot begin the year when everything has grown already. So sithe sibambe lethuba because kusasa, whether you believe in the philosophy of credo of saying ukuthi uNew Year uqala ngoSeptember or not, kuzobe kunomsindo, ama-cricket sound why. So abantu will be tired tomorrow. So we thought ukuthi we should deliver this message namhlanje. Abantu sibathole basasephrele. Ngoba mokufika intambama la everything nje yalentuza. A lot of our people were saying ukuthi no, even if kufika 2-3 ngeke. Kumele vele siyenze le lecture tomorrow. But it's impossible because abantu bazobangalelana. You know, we are not here to celebrate foolishness, but we are here to invoke the warrior spirits of our ancestors. Ukuthi basigide kule ndima esikuyo. And enye into that we would like to talk about, amasotsha. So therefore, it's not yet Uhuru. For all those soldiers, march for all different things. in all different, of all liberation, movement. This is the time for them to demonstrate the love for their people. No, but they cannot agree with the situation esikuyo, right? It's very easy for them to do a march against Israel or Zuma or whatever. But now, leyo distraction. A march against Israel or Zuma, it means nothing. Into semqoko kumele bayimarchele bagcwale iqadi nathi sibalandele umhlaba. Hey, umhlaba, this is what we are expecting ukuthi basi-lead in those marches to actually drive back these colonizers, aba racist in our country. Let them drive back to the sea where they came from. Because for us ukuthi siloko siba nozwelo. Remember ukuthi that is how we're messed up. Melanin in our system becomes the enemy like it. Because by nature, singabantu abanozwelo, empathy, siyazwela too much. So it's about time ukuthi lolo zwelo silibekele esayidini. What do you say about a person, an older racist, trying to drown ingane? Yini leyo nto leyo? How many years sithi sitholele freedom? Kepha amabhunu are still in charge. Amabhunu still feel ukuthi umhlaba wabo lo. Thina siyabahlukumeza. How is that possible? It can never be possible ukuthi thina sihlukumeza ama-foreigners abelumbi who came to foster their will upon us. So isikhathi vele nothing comes right when things are negotiated. In 1994 bokumele siqede njengalabantu so that immediately sibafake kulama concentration camps esikubo. We're supposed to just finish, the struggle. Manje, clever blacks, our leaders, say we must go into negotiation. How do you go into negotiation when the enemy is on the floor? Into okumele uyenze nje ukuqedelela le enemy so that he never emerges again. It's 20 years now, more than 20 years. Racism, yabelungu, it will never end. So this is why city, into yeqeda lento, it's not inkulumo. It's no longer negotiation. You can never negotiate with an evil person. Because that person uyilento ayiyo. Ikudiyene yakhe lento. They have no way of stopping themselves. So, nathi kemele siyicabangele. We need to liberate ourselves. We need to invoke the powers zikaMvikelikazi. Umvikelikazi kube huye osambela phambili. Avuse lamasotsha because kunabantu who are born soldiers. Abantu nje abayithandayo impi. I remember my brother Chris. Chris, is part of EMK. But he passed away. He was born for war. When during apartheid, during 94, when kusana lama silly negotiations, whenever they want to go to areas where there's war and warring factions, they would send him and his team to go and assess the situation before leadership comes. He was umuntu bekefuna impi all the time. So there are people like those, so labo bantu must be given an opportunity to act now, to liberate us from this evilness, yabelungu. So Umvikelikazi, this is what the powers that we are invoking. We are invoking our powers or more, so that we are fully liberated. Sikhulumile la ukuthi emangwaneni mesiya khona when we go to Bergville on the 21st. It's a campaign to ban amaBhayibheli. Siyoshisa la maBhayibheli. It is I think lo nyaka esuqale ngoSeptember awusinikeza amandla so that we do certain campaigns. If we are to mobilize zonke indlovukazi ukuthi zisilide siyopaka eofisini kapresident, we have to do that. We have to do that. Siyopaka lapha siyomtshela ukuthi buka ndoda yonke lento lebe lokho niyenza all these years iphelile. We are no longer want to continue being governed under the system yobutsotsi. They know ukuthi the system ubutsotsi. So why are they governing us under this system? So we have to be proactive in terms of our action. The first thing, we have to ban these books. Not only amaBhayibheli, Quran, Torah, yonke into that affects umnyama. If you belong to, I don't know, you are a black Jew, siyazi black Jew team. So amukele Torah. You are a master in Torah. That is not your book. Incwadi yakho is the book of coming forth. Lebelungu abayibiza ukuthi is the book of the dead. That is your book. All other books must burn on the 21st of March. This is how we are going to assist Nomkhubulwane for a lamentation of its departure. In that departure, sicela umvelincane njengoba sekewelela ngale ezweni of the evil people abahambe nemikhuba yabo. Imikhuba yabo ingasali lapha ngoba sazi indlovukazi Nomkhubulwane yiyo lezo bisele esigadile from March until September again. So umvelincane le ngane lezi siyamcela umvelincane ukuthi akadonse imimoya yabo ibuyele in the northern hemisphere where it came from, so that sisale la sikhululekile. Esingalokho sikhala racism after 20 years. We must adopt the attitude efana nekamgabe. Sike si-import nje umoya kaMgabe uzodila with this evilness esiyibona. Yathi abantu bayahlukumeza, bayaphoka. They keep poking. Umuntu omnyama udlalele uzinjoyela ilife. They don't like that. Balokhu basihlukumeza. Bayishokoloza le nyoka. Ungayihlokoloza inyoka emgodini. Ngoba meyiphuma wazi izoyenza njani. So manje sikhathele siyabatshela manje 99. Siphezu kwenu. Yeah. Siphezu kwenu manje. We are not going to tolerate all this racism in our own country. If you are not, actually we shouldn't even be asking that question. You must get ready to pack your things and go. And leave Africa. Not only South Africa, but also Zimbabwe. Africa yonke. We must adopt the same attitude to deal with these white racists on our continent. Agesi baphume bonke bashiye. Bashiye ukuthi see, we need to govern ourselves. We need to restore the tried and tested governing system of the continent that is based on i-resonance between izulu nomhlaba. Hayi lento esikuyo manje. So remember ukuthi it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy ukuthi labantu laba they must just give up. Even if they want to give up, kukhona lemidlwembe yethu who will forever be protecting them. Nango munye uthi hayi uyabancenga ngathi angabavalele erumeni elodwa bangahambi. What sickness is this? Abantu who are demonstrating racism in your own country. When uzokhuluma ukuthi hayi ngicela ningahambi uzenza utata, because that's what utata did. Now we are repeater because he thinks he's living in life katata. When he took over government via Europe, what iskatata is back again. What does that mean? When he's telling the Europeans that the era of Mandela is back again, it means Kuti is going to sell us out. Hey, whatever Utata agreed with the Europeans, he is going to make it even more. So we have no leader. We are leaderless. Sirulwa nje amakwala, and people who are easily influenced by material things. Billion, I'm a billion in Gagape. Huh? The movement, how, during your era, huh? With all those billions of local who's the flasher, your own movement can't pay wages. What sickness is that? If unalama billion, I was to keep her, just to save your own movement, and then we expect you to save the whole nation. How is that possible? If you ngashulega la ukufita ingane zami, and bese ngicabanga ukuthi ngizofita the whole nation, how is that possible? It's not possible. Lo muntu uzikhombisile ukuthi he cares nothing. Labantu be-ANC who sometimes went into the fake New Year without any salary, when we are living a posh life. Nalo December wabati New Year. Look at the amount I keep it. Not here, Napela, all of them. The amount that they spend during this foolishness, Yabelu. High festive season. Melese ma beach, melese goop. Huh? It has nothing to do with us. Tina manje, we have been given more hydrogen. It means ukuthi sinamandla okusebenza. We should be working. Singavala amafethi, singavali lutho. Lezo zinto mele zivalwe ngoJune, when we're supposed to be resting. Not now. So it means the whole of the African continent is imfu. Huh? They are led, huh? by a blind shepherd. Not shepherd, shepherds. Remember, it's the whole continent. Sirulwa by colonized leaders. That is why we're in this trouble that we are in. And the people, and all of them, most of them, haven't even picked up a gun in their life. How are they going to defend you? Then we put our faith in such leaders. And the Haguti Abafishi about Lobtota Bebenzayo. They are just so open, they don't care about us. So it's about time that we care for ourselves and forget about onke labantu laba abasikhohlisayo ukuthi no, there's a new dawn. What Newton? What Newton? Because in the worst situation, every day, twice or thrice a day, there's load shedding. Huh? It has become good majesty. We have factored in our schedule. Uguti, you must time yourself. But every time your electricity can go. How many people get affected? So many people. There's no business, especially young emerging entrepreneurs. You deprive them of your electricity. You are killing their business. Manje, it's about time Uguti see invoke these warrior spirit and actually encourage. I wanted to set up a meeting with some of the MK soldiers. Yazi izolo bengisemaponi. Uzubone ukuthi umoya ukhuluma usebenza ngenye indlela. Mengiphuma lapha ngithi ngiyemotweni. I meet somebody who knew my brother. Chris Mtem. They were together in exile. He's asking me, ukuthi manje senza njani? Uthi hawu manje ke senza njani ngoba uyabona labantu baphethe ngithi hayi ubuza umuntu wrong. I should be asking you ukuthi nina nithuleleni. You know there was a revolt in Zambia by a soldier at some point revolting against the leadership nezenzo zabo. Manje yini what is different now? Ngiyambuza ngithi why don't you take a similar action that you did in Zambia now so that we are able to free your people? So I am still going to have some discussion with some of the veterans as MK. Because these are people, we know. Just to find out from them, they are agreeing with the status quo. Or Hamavaga. This other guy, he's veteran, he tells me, he make an excuse, no, Pelatina says Batala. Senbatala. Utai no. Abantu abakhona manje ubabona bamacha la itratini. Yilaba bama defense system la STU. Yebo, ukhuluma ngabo. And remember those guys, some of them went into exile just bama 80 something. Baya ku-exile kuwukuthi amakhehla wona had already decided to negotiate. So they went and trained. They come back home, there's no war. So igazi lisashisa. Nabo-ke abantu abafunekalayo. Ukuthi this is the opportunity now that you've been looking for. Because you went and trained at a wrong time. Hey, the timing was wrong for them to go to exile at that time. Why? Because there were already negotiations happening, with our leaders. So, maybe so it means the Masoja have given up. Bakatele. This is what happened in Cortes. They were tired of fighting. But no, scatality. Sifuna go enjoy in life like everybody else. Then they give us an impression of what it's uhuru. And it's not yet uhuru. But sifaka more deep. Because when they then sign bilaterals with nations all over Europe, they are locking us in. Because the minute we revolt against look thoughts, so far in Zimbabwe. And the local medicine expect The minute we rise up against the system, Abelungu would want to do exactly what they did in Zimbabwe. So Tina, we should plan. Hey, yingakho ngithi Tina abantu abamnyama nje asondezeni uPutin. Simsondezeni eduze. Ngoba is the only person that seems to have sense amongst all these leaders that say Europe. They are senseless. So Putin will back. He struggle say. Uzosinikeza the ammunition esiyidingayo. And uzosinikeza all the necessary support. Ngoba iya lapho. We can't avoid war. And iyanuka. Impisa somewhere ngempela. Mesihlabelele lo hubo. Asikhulumi nje ihamba. Ise somewhere. Yingakho ubona research, when these white people are doing extraordinary things to really upset a black person. Hayi abokhokho ababenzisa those actions. So that we are angry enough to do something. Because masiloko sithi no, simnandi si comfortable la kuma concentration camps. You even forget ukuthi you are in a concentration camp. Therefore, you need to liberate yourself from this concentration camp. So something something is going to happen to us black people. Sivuke. There's something that has us unite very soon. It's beginning now. We can't avoid it. It's coming, it's here. So we must be ready for that. Yingakho nje throughout the whole season kaNebt-Het mele simphahle ngempela ukuthi hayi siyakuzwa ngalempi oyibonayo ikhona vele. Kukhona abantu vele abazalelwe ukuthi bazoliberate abantu abamnyama on the continent. That is what you were born for, to liberate. And those are the people who will be in the forefront. I'll be there with them, right in the forefront. Because Tina Siksabu Kufa, because we know there's no death but renewal. You can't kill us, never. No, you can't kill us. Hey, the more you kill us, we re-emerge again. Sibaile pela besihilo before. Until we are liberated from the continent, we will never stop. Sizongena emimoyeni yeingane. Nimangale ingane, why are they so, bananempi inside them? Because that energy is supposed to be channeled to the right direction. So isikhathi ke makhehla ngithe ngai lentuzi ngimiseke le lentuza just to explain again ebantwini ukuthi tomorrow is not a new year. Futhi ungathi happy new year kimi. Please don't ever make that mistake. Because mina ngisekho lapha. Ngihamba ngescience yokhokho bami. Who are telling me ukuthi in New Year it is a day after the spring equinox, when energies are in equilibrium. Then a day after that it ushers in a new cycle for the southern hemisphere. Manje ke awungitshele sila ku solstice. Solstice yenzani solstice? There's no balance when you reach a solstice. It's either it's closer or it's further away. In winter solstice, it's further away. Our planet is further away from the sun. But on the solstice, it's closest. Yingakho sithi umoya weingane wamakhosana lo ozaliwe, meaning ukuthi kufakwe i-nitrogen kabusha. That's why mesibuyelela impombo uzizwe ngathi man ukhathele nyana, because lo moya uyasinda. So ungibuzeke ukuthi labantu labo akusena ne-sense or illogic to say how do we start a year when everything has grown? Huh? How do you start a year? Then la kumalenduza, I hear a lot of people, especially abantu abamnyama, lento ayenziwa belungu. People are really upset about us burning the Bibles. They're very upset on the social. How? Yazi bakhuluma yonke inkulumo labasibiza ngawo wonke amagama. Umuntu omnyama loyo. It means ukuthi lento besisho ukuthi ama-stats athi almost 80-something% to 90% of African people are Christians. Manje uyabona ukuthi impesi na. Umlungu kuphi lapho? Is nowhere there. He's done his work. Let the monkeys fight amongst each other for something that is not there. It's not there. Scientifically, it's impossible for tomorrow to be a new year. It's impossible. Scientifically, it's impossible because, unyaka sukala la kuma equinox. Equinox, the spring equinox ushers in a new year. The autumn equinox iyavalelisa. Yikho siyovalelisa yonke le Christianity yabo. Ne Bible labo, ne Quran yabo, ne Torah yabo. Siyovalelisa on that day officially, because remember gesture is all about gestures. When you do these gestures, amasho zethu are conscious. Yakhumbula ngathi last time uku-explain the importance ye-gesture. Uma ingane ingahlawulwanga, kepha akabo baba bangena kabo mama, that's a gesture. Amadlozi can see ukuthi ubaba ushiyani lapha, it doesn't matter. But the gesture of them entering this home to say we are here to ask for forgiveness. We did you wrong. So igesha lesiyoyenza. Khona umunye wathi ningawashisi ngcono niwadonate. Hey, there are so many comments. I need to roll his on. Just bring them to me. I have good news for them. So there are so many opinions, amongst black people. But I strongly believe, Guti, this consciousness amongst us is not only here in South Africa, all over the continent and all over the world. The other day, Ilofugazi shared a video of people in America. There's a lady who's about 60 or 65 who occupied my father was a priest. Therefore, I've learned Christianity right from my younger age. But now I'm 62. I would like to cut that umbilical cord before I die. So we appreciate this consciousness which is happening. So it's just a question. Yabona is South Africa. We hold the key for the rest of the world. If South Africa here, Southern Kemet, we can rise and show leadership to the rest of the black community in the world, then their unity is easy. Why? Because this spirit, which is supposed to liberate Africa, it's here in the south. It cannot happen in Nigeria or Zimbabwe or Lesotho. No. Lomoya Ula. It's here for us to unite all black people that are here instead of fighting our brothers. Makwala. Nisababelu. Hey, you go to the easiest target, your own brother. Huh? Mushongwane mina I have brothers nginobukhosi leZimbabwe babahlongwane. So what nonsense is this ukuthi mina ngatheka umuntu waseLesotho? I have a sister that I have a relationship nomuntu waseLesotho. Botswana, Malawi kanjalo. Instead of us uniting to fight the real enemy. Angazi wanenzani mlungu. The way nimsaba ngakhona. Niba igora mokumele niyatheka abantu abamnyama. Kepha the real war niyayisaba. The real war is SNT. Hayi la ilokshi. Siyayihluphekela sonke. Evenda lapha. Ivenda kukhona ubukhosi bakaMinga. Ubukhosi bakaMinga buhlekaliswa ifence. AbakwaMinga abanye bavaleleke ngale when this fence was drawn. So what do you say to that? Ukuthi manje these are two different families. Kahle kahle lama border which was drawn in Berlin in 1884 must be done away with. Aswadingi lama border la because yiwo ama border. Remember ukuthi nala ekhaya uzuthola ukuthi manje attitude seyiba khona between amashangana namaZulu. Leyo nto leyo ifakwe yini abelungu ukuthi laba abamashangana abuya kwaZulu. This is what they don't tell them. Bahamba nomzilikazi meke nyukela kuphi eZimbabwe bese ke uzumlungu ukuthi these are dumb corporates whatever. Bathi ke nina bakwaZulu ningabantu bempi nihlanganilwa njalo. They were trying to divide us. Kanti thina during apartheid we didn't care about that. The only enemy that we knew umlungu finished the system. And the besiphila nje sonke la Soweto. Angikaze ngezwe ukuthi kune racism. Ikhona ke lento yokuthi sisigwarane ukuthi hayi nina nje. But those are minor things. Do you understand? Because we understood at the core we are one. Abantu bakamzilikazi abantu basekhaya. Because ngapha bayibizwa okhumalo. Manje mawuzongitshela ukuthi abantu bakamzilikazi angizalwa nabo kanjani? I share the same DNA nalabantu. So this is what we need to kill in our minds. The real enemy is foreigner. Umuntu omnyama can never be a foreigner in Africa. Ever. They would promote that because they want us weak. Ukuthi manje mesibahlasela la. They run to Lesotho and tell the Lesotho people, oh, you see those Zulus, they've started again. So abaseLesotho mele bafake induku mo. Mebe sondela kowe nifuna. So that there's no way to run to on the continent. The only option that you have as a European, go back to your silly Europe. Nakona, you don't own that Europe. We own it. Where do you belong as a European? Because if in America we own it, in China we own it, in Australia we own it. Uzobalekela. Ngoba wherever you go on that. I was there first. Wherever you go. Manje kumele bathobele umthetho, otherwise bazokwakha olwandle. Bazokwakha olwandle. Because they can't live harmoniously with people. That is because of the experience that we've had with these white people. They can't live harmoniously with other people. Look at what they do in Australia. I was talking to Ndlovukazi Salima. The indigenous people, that's Australia. They are Aborigines. Aborigines. Labo bantu. They are black. They own Australia. Kepha umlungu ubafake ku concentration camp lesikuyo nathi. Sloko sithi singcono, we are better than them. How better are we? Majority of us are in these concentration camps. And the labantu laba, when they revolt or just do a march, they imprison them. You must never, because that's by bizangazi tembune law of Gazi. That is not decent to be marching in the streets. Baba Valela. That's how evil people are. Labelungu. Umlungu is evil. That you need to internalize in your system. And umlungu is evil by nature. It's in their DNA. How do you do that? All over the world, where they've been, they've never had a harmonious relationship with any nation in the world. So why do we think here we are different? And the more sikhombisa ubuntu is the more they think ukuthi we are just useless. Huh? They misinterpret ubuntu as a sign of weakness. We are not weak. We'll show them. Here's this card. We will show them ukuthi we're never weak all along. Tina besiqhuba lento kaMveli Nqangi noNomkhubulwane ukuthi singabantu. Therefore, uzwelo lukhona. That's how they came in. Sababuka sathi no, abantu bakaMveli Nqangi noma benjanjani. Because mawuvele ungaleyo ndlela, you were very abnormal. Hey, when you appear, even your family would hide you. Endlini la so that ungaphumeli ngapha. It was abnormal in the African context at the time. Good to know this family is cursed. Why are you giving birth to such a child? Do you understand? So now it is that time whereby now we really need to realign with imimoya right, so that we are able to achieve what we want to achieve, which is liberation for a black person all over the world. And we here have got to lead that process. You hear people who say, "Hi GK, mina ngenaphi kuma Egyptian." I'm not saying Egyptian. This is what they are saying, black people, rejecting their own heritage and legacy. Why? Because of ignorance. They think Lama Arab who are there occupying our place, they are the indigenous people. They are not. Ama Arabs inzalo yakho nalabelu who came rape on your own continent and produced the Labantu who ended up being racist like their fathers towards us. There are people in Sudan who claim ukuthi Egypt leya eyabo. Ele labantu baseSudan bafana nami nawe. And the song sisuka le ngenhla. We are from up there. So you must never make a mistake and say, Kemet, it is somebody else's heritage. It is your heritage as a black person. All the knowledge and the science that is there belongs to you. And that is the knowledge that formed a foundation for what is known as African civilization, which was then, stolen by white people. Abo Pythagoras, or whatever. All these Greek philosophers and Roman philosophers, they plagiarized your content to go and form what is called Western civilization. There's nothing like that. There's only African civilization, because Labantu were taught by your grandparents, your ancestors. So you must walk proud of being an African person. Mina, I thank Umvelingangi on a daily basis. Uguti Umvelingangi created me. I was never birthed. I was created. When the Creator decided to create people, they created us first. That is why we have this divineness in our bodies, which gives us easy access to the realm causal plane as well as the etheric plane. That is the power we have. But imikondo yetu ibulewe. Ubone a young person la. Upeleli spirit sakasi. Mawubuzi 8, 26, 28, 30. Giving up in life. Why? Because uphila kule nhlupheko. This poverty esikuyo. And the man ebona a projector. Hayi, labelungu langa bavala amafem. It means I would never be employed. So we need to move from that mindset. Uguti, you must never aspire to be employed. Get employed for you to get enough resources to set up your own thing. What we need to do, and something we are going to do, is to set up talent centers all over Africa, so that we move away from this Western civilization and nonsense into America, so that we are able, when we are saying we are developing a child, see develop a talent yakhe. Doesn't have to go to these schools. They just walk into a center, bathola lapho abantu abakhona bazobuza uzalwe nini mntwana, uzalwe ngale nyanga, nayi center yenu inama departments ayi-3 for everything that you need to do as umuntu owuheteru. We know exactly ukuthi nawa ama-programs that they need to study, so that they internalize i-theory yalento abayiyo naturally. Hayi ukuthi manje uyenze ingane isidupho, ufune athathe information from outside ayifake la ngaphakathi, ulokhu umfundisa yonke lento ayinancedo, ayinasizo. Ubani wangitshela la ukuthi usayuza into bekayifunda ku-matric? Who still use that? Ngoba siphume from esikolweni, before you visit, you are still confused about what you're supposed to be doing. It's not right, because by then you should be a master. Who can learn right at the age of 5, 6 to develop your own thing. Because more figure like, how you confused, it means ukuthi manje you are shortening isikhathi sakho of implementing, your obligation, your passion, your purpose. Your purpose. You have a short time to implement that. And the worst part of it, no matter visit, there's no guarantee that you are going to be employed. Baphethe ama-degrees la elokishini, bagcwele wonke amathaveni, because they're frustrated. The system doesn't accommodate. What about the 80% lilokshining and nastificate? What are you saying about them? What are they supposed to do? Bazamimpilo, bayachonta, uyabavalele ubafake ejele. When that's exactly what America does to black people. Most of abantwana, abafana abancane, babanjele intsango, babanjele lokho breaking, babanjele lokho. Why? Because asina bazali who have vision for the future of the children here. Ubafaka in this system of okumele bangene kuyo, and they are not able to think outside the box. They are not being educated. But bafundiswa ini ukukrema. Baze basho nabutisha. Krema for you to be able to pass. Hey, ufika nje varsity wena, ubuloku krema waya. So it's because education, you're supposed to be part of what you are learning. You must be one with what you are learning. Kube nama practicals right from day one. Ungangitsheli ngento engifunda nje la ephepheni, but I will never even experience. That is not education. What you are saying to me, Kramer. And the live visit, they don't allow independent thinking. They can ask you a question where now you are more learned than the teacher or lenduza instructor. Where now umoya esambulelo uyibona lento ngalendlela. This is how this thing is supposed to be. But now because your professor is colonized, is a colonized professor, they will tell you, Guti, you just move away from what I've written. You get a fail. This is what they do, Velegma. You answer what they ask you. They are not interested in your philosophical thinking. Pythagoras is a thief. You say that in your answer. You fail. And yet you know Pythagoras is a thief. This theorem of right angle triangle. Oh, we are failing, dog. There's no accommodation for that. Hey, so you must just answer. Lenda bakufundisa yona. You brainwash. You remember Guti, our politicians after 94, they insulted us, but if you are eskolweni, uzothwala ama dustbin. After the sacrifice the youth made, after the sacrifice the youth made, azange bakhona ukuthola ithuba lokuya ezikolweni. Wena uyabuya from exile, uyabuya from Robben Island, utshela le ngane futhi kuthi nina hambani esikolweni. Mina ninga esikolweni nizothwala ama dustbin and ukhuluma nabantu sebema 35-40. What are you saying to them? This is how they've treated us. So it's about time we chart our own way, and it is possible. It's possible because we are witnessing a growth of this consciousness. Hey, liyazilanga lilodwa. La umuntu omnyama wonke will be thinking the same. Liyaza lelo langa hayi ukuthi sithini kepha lelo langa liyeza, because that's the only way. Enye into umuntu omnyama cannot run away from accepting calendar yakhe. Basatanasa manje balokho basitshela ngazo zonke lemihlolo yakusasa. Liyezilanga la umuntu omnyama kana chance. You have to accept your calendar. Hey, yikho ngithi lento siyenzayo inelentuza future, future. It is future. Hey, because if you don't possess this knowledge in future, you are going to be useless. If your child is doing masters, man, stop. They better register, you know, in the near future. Lapa can meet University of Truth. We are launching it very soon. So that we provide this knowledge for all ages. And prepare yourself for the future. Abantwana of the future wouldn't want to hear about Einstein and Newton. You need to know and understand Imhotep and Amunhotep. Ukuthi, what did they do, labantu? In terms of science. When I saw ngabo Einstein, thoughts, plagiarizer, who goes and studies Imhotep, then doesn't credit the source. It's like me, ngizofika la ngime, ngacredit ubab credo, ngathi le information yazehlela. That's not right. You need to credit the source all the time. Even when you hear somebody speak and you like what they said, there's nothing wrong to say, hey, Usman Bani ngumuzwe ati. That motivated me. Do you understand? How good manje, you must then give an impression that you know it all. It doesn't work that way. Me, I'm inspired, even some of you guys here. Sometimes sihleli lapha niyazikhulumela, oh, but hey, that is very clever. Do you understand? I'm able to then say, I know, Usman Bani ngumzwa ati. And that is how that thing touched me. So that we run away from, because when you function recently, kukhona abantu, I'm there in the audience, bayangikapa ukungikapa ukuthi baquote mina, but they are not saying where they got that knowledge, and I'm there. And I know them because they didn't know this knowledge before they came in contact with me. So it's not right, kanjalo. Umbona ishu umuntu ampheke ukuthi kumphekile, azibalisele. Angithi la right in front the stage now. Bayakhuluma. Do you understand? So it's not right kanjalo, because idlozi lalo muntu okufundisile. Kumele nawe ulikhuthaze. Ungalokhu ufuna uthatha izinto uzenza ko Pythagoras. In the black nation akekho. Yingakho everything that in the science field sikhotha uImhotep. And ngathi mina uImhotep is a physical manifestation ubab credo. You study Bob Credo, you study Imhotep, same thing. They were doing exactly the same thing. That's why Bob Credo, give me. You know, itwala. Ukhona omunye loser. You know, like my social. You debate. Make a loser debate. He then goes down to the lowest level. Atubab credo begesebenza namaphulo. And the law muntu is part of youth that went and apologized for what they did to Bab Credo. Now because lo muntu lo uluza, it is cashing. He has to go down low. Huh? That's evilness. You were there yesterday apologizing for what the youth did. And they forget who has futhi hayi ukuthi akazi lo muntu ukuthi umuntu that made the youth and Ubab Credo be at loggerheads, who Helen Zile, That a racist lapha parliament. What she wrote about Ubab Credo resulted in Babu Credo's wife being raped, man, by the youth. Wahamba weye distort izinto. Ubab Credo ukhuza into eyodwa ukuthi umzali wakho wenze imistake ngokuthi athenge izinto edrobheni kuukuthi la elokishini sivumelene ukuthi we are no longer buying in town. They find some of the old women babadlisa ama-fish oil babadlise insipho. Ubaba ukhuza leyo nto kuthi uzibangela amabhadi mawenze njalo emntwini omdala. Helen Zille goes and writes, I know, Credo said the youth must be destroyed. That's when the youth went to Bob Credo's house. So this fool, huh? I'm tempted to name to go and insult our grandmaster and say he was a spy for Abelu. Why? Because we are losing a debate. That is very evil. It's very, very, very evil. So this is what I'm trying to say, we must be honest all the time. All the time, all the time, you know, always maintain a balance. Come on, aunt. Me, I'm the first person who would point out, even if my father was Umdlwembe, I would say it. I'm not afraid. I would say it. So, Father no Mamui, her father was doing some work with Obelung. She came forward and said it. This is what's happening. This is what my father is doing, currently. There's nothing to be ashamed about that because it's decision yakhe lo muntu loyo. Do you understand? So manje siyabazi imidlwembe siyayazi imidlwembe thina sikhule nabo labantu la sibabona wongitshela ngoba kukhulu umuntu besiphila naye la siphila ngaye ungitshela ukuthi bokumdlwembe. Ubab Credo educated a lot of people knowledge yakhe nje. I wouldn't be what I am today if it wasn't for Ubab Credo. Hey, I always give credit to him. Everything I know is because he taught me. And azange angifunze knowledge. He would say, here's a book, it's mine. Go look for yours. Hey, go look for yours. Ngasho ukuthi to a point ukuthi ngaze ngathola accident. Ngiyofuna one of her Sitkins a book. Abo Anunnaki mina. Kade ngafunda ngazi. Hey, laba baba conscious manje. Hey, you know about the Anunnaki. Ubab Credo gave us all. Yazi umuntu ongazange afihle lutho. Wayilanda right from le eqaleni. Sawakhuphuka nayo. Kanti noma uzomncedisa. Mina, this is how I collected my books. Umoya. Mengiqeda ukufunda lencwadi, mengiya bookshop again. Ngithole incwadi engisusa from B to C. That's how I collected my books. Moya. So it's very important ukuthi sihloniphe lo moya. And lo moya uyaphila. Lo moya uyasizwa. Uyasizwa lo moya. Yonke le miphahlo esiyenzayo. Boma Limpopo, Bergville, Durban enzalo. Umoya umamele, umoya can see. Yingakho into yethu izophumelela. Because we are not asihlangananga la ngamathenda. Sihlangane ngemimoya. And everybody that is here is not coming here for me or anybody else. You are coming for your own Zozi that wants to be free Remember, the more you are colonized, is the more you are perpetuating imprisonment of your own ancestors. Your own ancestors can't express through your body because you are still colonized. So the more you free yourself, you are freeing your ancestors. Maloku bambelele Bhayibhelini. Uchuba thina esishisa iBhayibheli. You are affecting yourself. Hey, you're affecting yourself because it was lacko. That is what they are longing for. Ukuthi yonke into yomlungu must come down. Hey, le yonke lento le silokho sithi bafika basigabisela. Oh, if South Africa is not stable, we are not bringing McDonald's. Nathi sesiyakhuzana. Hayi awumanga. Funi McDonald's. Awuyekele inkulumo yakho wena. Ubizi poison. Ihlalele le America. Huh? Everything that we think was, progressive and civilized, you're regression. There are so many things that are affecting us, not only food, our way of life. Every day, then you complain, I'm poop. Because you are not connecting with nature. Huh? Manje, these are the things the city. Oh, maudla na fork and knife. It's so popular. Umangala nje system yakho yaphetha njalo mawuqedwe kuhle. Why? Because your fingers have got these sensors to tell your brain this person is eating this starch and they eat wrong, man. No, see release the chemical to neutralize. Uchi ay paparazzi. You own a restaurant, you are banning people from eating with their own hands. Hey, we're not here. Funi cutlery, why? Regression. Because there's no longer communication. Remember, eating is communication itself. Hey, it's a ritual. Eating. So manje uma wena songene kulento yabelungu yingakho kumele siphume kulento yabelungu sibuyele kulento ukuthi mesidla sonke se communal plate lento lokuphakelwana emaplate individualism, that is how it's bred. Hey, thina ubeka isithebe la futhi mangiphakela ngato. You can't bring my plate alone because I won't eat it. Ufake love. What poison have you put there? Why are you dishing up for me only? In those days, because when you dish up, oh baba bonke bahlala in a round circle, ubeka ukudla la. Wonke umuntu partakes. Hey. Summer dinner, a breakfast kanjani. Hayi lento yomlungu le. Uyuze manje hey. Yazi kune cutlery engakhishwa. Ikhishwa nje makufika umfundisi. Hamba manje uspenda imali eningi lapho uthenga ngamaplate na yonke lento le. Why? Because umlungu told you ukuthi that is civilization. So umlungu yingane kuwe. Ingakho you need to go back to your original self. You are a parent to lengane. So lengane le must never dictate to you ukuthi what is happening. You can only bow down to Mlungu if you are ignorant of your own history. If was the history yakho kahle, you will never be colonized by umlungu. Because megeza kanje mina ngumtshela 99. Lapho eUnisa baphuma one by one. Ngisho njalo. Ngithi abelungu election. Ngithi abelungu ingane manje. Bathi uthini? Because manje angithi upantsha nespirit sakhe of superiority. Always thinking themselves as superior. Tina, we are nothing but children to be told what to do. Maseuza ne science na ma facts. Ngoba this is how Tina stumenga science ne evidence. Maseuza na ubeka la. Uthi wena ungazongiphetela uyingane wena la kimi. Uyingane why? Because this and this and this and this and this. Abone kahle ukuthi ya. Ukhuluma iqiniso but iqiniso ngeke ngilivume. I won't accept that he is saying the truth. This is what so I wish our children, they must grow up knowing, even when they are young like this, they are parents to white people, they are parents to Indians, they are parents to Chinese. Them, at this age, they need to understand and grow up with that. Hey, so that inferiority lekhona, that we have generally about ourselves, it must die. Umdala. And when you've contributed so much, there wouldn't be Lomhlaba without your input. You gave the world the foundation of civilization. There would never be a civilization without our ancestors. So, Milis Bashoni. Makos. Makos, lapho makhehla sizoyivala kanjalo nje ngokuthi si-understand ukuthi amakhosi namakhosikazi are responsible for the civilization of the world. There wouldn't be civilization yomhlaba without African royalty. Asikhulumi ngale royalty le esibukayo namhlanje who's supposed to be ruling by useless people. Useless people. Sikhuluma ngamakhosi namakhosikazi angempela onzinga o asante wa. O Pambata, o Makado, o Inta, o Mantatisa ke. Hey, ukhona lo waseZimbabwe ubani konje khona? WaseZimbabwe the no. Ubani konje? Nihanda waseZimbabwe. Those are warriors who resisted, subjugation by white people. So sitting amakhosi njalo, ma inkosi kumele ube njalo. You would rather die and leave your whole, community, living well, instead of living and be subjugated in your own land and country. What's the reason for living for Lamakhosi? If already you've told yourself, ukuthi umlungu umdala, basho njalo. Hey umlungu umdala. Umlungu akaloyefu. Basho njalo. So limele la emqondweni. It means that your defense system is scattered. Siyabonga makhehla ukuthi nje isemqoka ngibonga nje ukuthi nifike. Sizokhona ukuthi sibe together sikhulume lenkulumo si reject lento ezoyenzakala kusasa. Thina we are conscious. New Year ingene ngoSeptember. We are in the month of maturity. The 4th month of the African year. So maybe to go before you won. You won before. No, bathole ngiyethi ukuthi bajwayele ukudila no baba bethu. nabomkhulu bethu. Thina we different generations. Sizalelwe lento esiyenzayo. That's why we were born. Ukuzorejecta lamanga abo bonke labantu laba. So you can't then treat me like my grandfather who didn't know better. I know better because of Ubab Credo. I listen to Ubab Credo. I listen to Abo Ivan van Sertima. I listen to Shekhanta Diop. Abo George James. Those are the masters, grandmasters. If you want to change your whole consciousness, study these people. Then they will give you a proper foundation of uthi wena ubani. And the akumelanga futhi ube, you mustn't be a fence sitter. Ubamba ngapha nangapha. Enzalo khona. May 25 usesontweni. Namhlanje nje ulindele ukuwela pass over. Hawu ndoda. Angithi siqedile le. Hayi mkhuluphe ngithi nje. Inkinga le. Yinto amakhehla angayifuni ke le. Lento uba hybrid. Amakhehla ayayikwatela kabi. Amakhehla athi ngifele. Even if umewedwa, stand alone in defense of us. Because lento siyenzayo thina, we are the living ancestors. It means ukuthi lo moya olakimi yilo moya obuyile vele ubuhamba ngalendlela. That's why I'm continuing doing what I'm doing. It's the same thing with us. Otherwise we wouldn't understand the content. There are thousands and millions of people who are exposed to this content, but abayizwa. They were not born for it. It means bona mele balandele abanikazi bale content. Abanikazi yibo, the rightful owners of this, must stand up and lead the rest. So now we don't be part of the rest. Be hybrid.
Tina sibiziwe. Waze wabonakala.